Hi, how are you? So this guy came up to me, asked me, Dominic, how do you talk to people so easily? How do you conversation with other people? I'm like, I don't know. And I went to think about it, and yeah, I am. So if you need to know how to converse with other people and have an easier conversation, in the right place. Because there I'm gonna teach you how to be a bit more confident. Just, or even a lot. Depends. What do you need? It depends. What do you? So today I'm gonna teach you how to be confident.
Welcome to Brixton, I'm in the party with Barbies and drillers.
Chewing bubblegum, number one. I don't know, apparently for me, it distracts me from my purpose. Not really, that doesn't even make sense, but when I chew gum, it just makes me more relaxed, in a sense, you know? I just feel more calm in the situation. When you calm in a situation, you have control. And that's ultimately what you want, because you don't want to walk into a situation and not have control and not know what you are doing. So, number two, realizing that the person you are talking to or the person you want to get to know is also a human being. You are not, nobody's higher than each other. At the end of the day, we have to walk with our own feet to get into our bed, right? So you need to realize that you are just talking to another human being, and that in a sense, you are technically the same. You get me? And when you realize that there's no difference, it will go much easier. Huh? Number three, know why you want to talk to that person. I believe knowing exactly why you want to talk to someone, and having a goal in mind will set the conversation. So this goes for anything. So this can go for your business. This can go for just wanting to be new friends with someone. This can even be if you want to be in a relationship with someone. It depends on your end goals. You're gonna have to ask questions to be able to get to that level. And if you ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers, right? And conversation is a flowing thing. So conversation flows into one another. So asking someone, hi, what is your name, leads into such a great conversation, because if you ask someone what's their name, right, and they just keep on talking and you keep asking questions, and the main objective is you want them to do the talking, right? You want to find out more about them, right? So you ask about them, you ask about their day, you ask what they're studying, why are you doing this, you ask about their life goals, their dreams, whatever. Not something too deep that will leave them like, yo, who is this guy? Like, just enough to prickle their mind to be able to give you enough information which you can work off. With having more confidence, he asked me his name. I'm not gonna tell his name, but he's like, how are you that confident to be able to speak to other people so well, you know? And to me, as me going into first year in university as well, was a new experience, and I had no idea what was coming my way. And I realized that we all are in the same boat, right? And I too was a bit afraid, and there was that part of me that was stagnant, not stagnant, but that want to refrain from trying to meet new people, right? So I wouldn't just go up to people, but it was just that sense of once you start gaining momentum and you're moving, there's no turning back. So when you take that first step to talk to someone, right, you can't turn away. For a lot of people that are shy, right, and if you do want to talk to, you do want to get to know people more, I think you first need to realize that there's no failure. You cannot fail, right, unless you are doing something super weird, like, and being all creepy and whatnot. Just don't be creepy. If you meet someone new and you want to meet someone, you cannot fail, right? If you want to become friends with him, there's no failing, because you two do not know each other, right? So if you walk up to that person and you're like, hi, what's your name, I'm this, and you start conversation, remember, there's no room for failure, right? Because whatever information you learn about that person, you are successful at the end of the day because you know more about that person, right? Which makes sense, doesn't it? If I say you watching this, right? If I don't know you and I come to you and ask you questions and that goes, let's say it doesn't go that well. At the end of the day, we do not know each other, so there's no failure, right? It's one question. It's one question. It's, hi, what's your name? If you do not know that person whatsoever. If you do know that person's name, it could be a question of something that you have in common with them, like, oh, you have class with me, or oh, I saw you like eating here as well, or oh, we friends with us. Something in common, right? That's what's next. So it's first, if you do not know that person, it's what's their name. Secondly, it's something in common, right? Because that's conversation starts, because that's where it starts going, right? You as the person that wants to get to know more, you ask more questions, right? So you ask more, let them do the talking. Because as that person talks to you as well, more questions in your mind arise that you can find out more about them. Yeah? A matter of confidence is that someone can just teach you confidence, right? You have to learn it on your own. It feels weird to say that, right? But what I mean by that is, yes, there are people that are extroverted and people that are introverted, but that has nothing to do with confidence. You can have someone that's very extroverted and someone that's very introverted, and the extroverted person, it just means they get their energy from someone else. And an introverted person means they receive the energy while being alone, right? So the introverted person can be more confident than the person that is extroverted, you know? I feel there's no definition for confidence, right? Because me, myself, I think I am confident to a certain extent, right? I am still afraid here and there to go talk to this person, that person. But setting your fear aside, right? And then just going for it. Doing it. Because later you're going to regret, right? The thing I love about I'll rather fail or whatever you want to call it in that moment and crash or whatever it is, than later regretting what could have happened, right? I would rather go up to that person and talk to them and see what happens rather than regretting it later and wondering what could have happened. YOLO. People's like, oh, YOLO is so cringy, but it's so good. Like, it makes sense. You only do live once. Build the experiences that you want in this one life that we do have, right? Because if you're gonna regret 20 years, 30 years later down the road or something that could have happened, say tomorrow, right? You're gonna kick yourself in the foot for that. You're gonna be like, damn, I could have done that. I could have been here instead of here. Talk. And it also comes with experience. If you talk more to someone, or you talk more to people and you take yourself out of your comfort zone, right? You remove yourself out of your comfort zone. And you go out of that to talk to people, that becomes your comfort zone in a sense, right? Because better by math, by doing more math, right? So you get better by talking to people, Does that make sense? And you might ask, but I've never talked to a person, I'm so scared. What could go wrong? What possibly could go wrong? Okay, never mind. I mean, like, in a friendly sense, what could go wrong? In that, what could happen is they could just tell you, oh, you weird or whatever, and just shun you away. That has happened to me. And it will happen. Not everyone will like you. It's life. Not everyone's gonna like the way you think. Not everyone's gonna like the way you talk. Not everyone's gonna like you for who you are, and that's okay. That's okay to be okay with not being accepted by everyone. Because we aren't supposed to be people pleasers. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to who you are, because at the end of the day, if you want to be friends with someone, you want them to accept them for who you are, not for some fake thing that you make up just so they can like you, right? Because if a person does not like who you are for you, that's on them. Except if you're a rude person, then that's a different story. But if you are a nice, genuine person and you want that person to be friends with you or whatever it may be, right, for you, right, then be yourself. Because then they've accepted you for you. But if you're gonna put up a front, right, every time you're with them, you're gonna have to put up that front, that same one over and over. And that's either gonna give you problems down the line, or it's gonna tire you out so much, right? So stay true to who you are. Go up to that person and say, here's the person. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? First of all, courtesy. Hi, how are you? And they'll be like, oh, hi, I'm doing well. And you're like, oh, that's amazing to hear. I wanted to say you compliment them. Compliment them. Oh, there it was. Compliment them. Say their shoes look nice, their pants look nice, their jacket, their hair, right? And then we'll be like, oh, thank you. They're going to give you a compliment back. Maybe they don't, whatever. And you're like, oh, what's your name? Boom, conversation. There it is. There starts flowing. Easy peasy, lemon squeezings. Yeah. Public speakers weren't that good when they started out, right? They gave it more, and as the experience came, it became easier for them and it became second nature because they keep practicing it. You gotta keep practicing going out of your comfort zone to be able to grow and be more confident in who you are. Because once you are confident in who you are as a person, it shines. You can go out, you can ask people questions, you can ask a stranger, hey, what's the time? I don't know. You know? And that's all it is. It's the first step. Because the first step allows you to go further, you know? And when he asked me that, he's like, how do you do it? My answer to him was, I don't know. Because I speak to so many people, I put myself out there, and I make myself, well, not vulnerable, but I show that I am a human, just like you are, and I want to talk to you and know you. That makes the other person comfortable, like, oh, wow, hello, here's a person. There's no definite, oh, you can do this. There's no 10 concrete steps. It's put yourself out there, talk to people, get better, get experience, be confident. All it is, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever you identify as, that's all it is. Sit next to that person, say, hi, how are you? Because I promise you, regret is a killer. It will eat you up inside. Go to that person, make it happen now. Because if you don't, who knows when it will happen. Or if it will. I can go on and on about whole day about, oh, do this, but I'm not, because there isn't concrete steps. I gave you all those steps of what I do. I know there's always a possibility for it to be able to go wrong, but if you keep thinking about the wrong, how could it ever go right? Just let it be. What happens, happens. And soon you're gonna have to find out. Be confident. Believe in yourself, in what you are able to do. Because you are able to do that. That task, that goal that you are working so hard on, you're able to do that. You are confident. Tell yourself, I am confident. And believe it. Tell yourself, I am confident. Every day, wake up. Woo! Today I'm gonna be confident. And be confident. Today I'm gonna be happy, man. Be happy. There's it. It's that simple. You want to talk to that person? Go talk to that person. Hi, I'm Dominic. How are you? What are you studying? What are you doing? What do you like? What are your hobbies? Why are you studying that? Why are you doing this? Why? Ask questions, because questions give answers, and answers is conversation, and that's how it leads. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how it is. I'm telling you. And if you fail, so what? There's tomorrow. If you can't make friends with that person, there's another one. That's all it is. I'm telling you that it's all that it is. There's no concrete formula. That's what I like to do because it helps me. Find out what you like to do that helps you. Be confident. Be you, man. Love yourself, man, because that's where it comes from. Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's fire? Sheesh! www.vetcrew.co.za. This is where you want to get this heater. Just so, by the way, just had to plug real quick. But I hope you enjoy your day. If you're watching this, or it's at night, just start now. You know? Tomorrow's never promised. Who cares? 10 billion gazillion people on this planet. Who cares? Just don't go murdering people. Just inside the law. Do you, man? Who cares? Just be who you wanna be, man. That's what matters. That's all from me, though. I'm out. Stay blessed. Stay fresh. Stay learning. Cheers, guys.
Welcome to Brixton, I'm in the party with Barbies and drillers. The kickback